My name is Rachel Nealand, and I live in Austin, Texas, and we have hemophilia A. So 15 years ago, I got married to my husband, and we wanted to start having a family pretty quickly. We got pregnant, and my oldest was born 14 years ago, and he was born a month early. So he was in the NICU because his lungs weren't fully developed. And from the PKU test on his heel, it just kept oozing. When he was about 6 days old, they diagnosed him with hemophilia. And so that's where our journey began, learning about hemophilia, what it was. I got pregnant with my second son, and we learned at that time that any boy I had a 50% chance of having hemophilia. So as soon as he was born, they drew blood from his umbilical cord, and we found out that he too had hemophilia. Every time they had to stick the boys, they'd put the needle in, wiggle it around, move it. I would break down emotionally just because I felt like it was my fault. I couldn't help them. I couldn't fix it. When they would have bleeds and they would look up at you crying and asking, when is Jesus going to heal me? That is when it really tugged at your heartstrings. The biggest bleed that stands out is Mason's. When he was, I believe, 8 years old, he had his first knee bleed. That was the first time we had seen a joint that massive. We had seen bleeds, for years, but nothing to that magnitude. So we changed his factor product, and he started to get better. Around the 16th day, it got a little bit better. We thought we were out of the woods, and then a month or two goes by, and it came back again. At this point, it was happening all the time. And I joked, I was like, if he sneezes, he gets a knee bleed. And it was just nonstop. He used to be very active into baseball. We had to pull him out of that. And then in 2016, he was 10 years old. He had 3 knee surgeries in that year. The first day of school, he got off the bus, and I was like, how was your day? And he, through tears, was like, it's okay. By the time he got in the house, he just broke. The pain was so extreme. He just couldn't handle it anymore. When you see him in that much pain, was really, really challenging. Thankfully, Hope for Hemophilia was there during that time. And just being able to talk to Jonathan and others that faced similar situations and truly understood what we were going through, that's really the only way we made it through. When we were introduced to the hemophilia community, I was told by our physician that women don't have hemophilia, or it's 1 in a million chances that a woman would have hemophilia. So I didn't even think about it. Fast forward to 2013, I was at HFA, and I was sitting at a women's roundtable. They were sharing their stories about different joint pains and aches and stuff, and I'm like, I have that and that and that and that. And I'm like, well, maybe I should get tested. So I got my factor levels drawn, and comes back, I have mild hemophilia. And some people, when they get a diagnosis, they're pretty upset. I, on the other hand, was actually relieved. For years, I suffered with pain in my shoulder off and on, and just assumed it was tendonitis bursitis, like the doctors had said. And to get 1 dose of factor and the pain go away, I'm like, for years, I dealt with this. I had met Hope at an event, and I got to know what Hope did, and just hearing how they help patients in crisis caused by hemophilia was really inspiring, and I knew I wanted to be a part of it. I started volunteering with Hope and really getting involved with what they did and came on board. So one patient we helped that really stands out to me, it was actually in Texas, and she was a single mom, had a couple kids, and her one son had hemophilia with an inhibitor, but the mom didn't have a car or transportation or child care. So her son was 10 in the hospital by himself. We were able to get a car donated for her. And so that was such an awesome day. Just the joy that she had freedom to go take her son to the doctor's office. And then when he was in the hospital, she's able to visit. So many families that we helped didn't have family nearby. They had no support system. I feel like we were able to help those patients that were going through such a difficult time. One, we were able to help a financial need, but besides that, we were there to be a support to them.